You absolutely need word of mouth to become a superstar artist in the music industry. Ads work, but they're not enough. All the other stuff works, but it's not enough. To become a superstar, you need people to be talking about you amongst their friends. Here's how anyone can become the next trending topic on the internet on any budget. I'm 701 Max, a music marketer and manager. I've worked with some of the top labels in the record industry. I've also worked with hundreds of independent artists just like you, getting millions of streams. And today, I'm gonna be your teacher. And the lesson is how to use social PR like a pro. Okay, so for the first part of this video, what I'm gonna do is give you a high level overview of the strategy we're gonna use so you can understand it and see where we're going before we go, right? In social PR, right? When I say social PR, I mean social media PR, social media public relations, which means how you get in front of the public eye on social media, right? And if you know anything about PR, that's going to involve, blogs. It used to be like website blogs. Now it's Instagram blogs, right? Meme pages, influencers, reactors, just any platform in which we use someone else who already has an audience in order to get you in front of more people. The platforms we're going to use to execute the social PR strategy we're working on today are Twitter and Instagram. Why Twitter and why Instagram? The reason we're going to start with Twitter is because Twitter is where people go to speak their opinions. If we're talking about word of mouth in this video, Twitter is the best place to start because that's one of the top places online where word of mouth spreads. On other platforms, you have the comment section that a lot of people read, but not everybody reads. But when people go on Twitter, they go there specifically to read what people are talking about. That's why we want to use Twitter, because it's a gold mine for word of mouth. The next thing we're going to use is Instagram in this strategy. Why Instagram? Well, because Instagram is like the hub of social interaction, right? It's like you go on TikTok, not everybody posts on TikTok because not everybody is an entertainer to be making videos that will go viral on TikTok, right? Not everyone has something to offer for TikTok, but most of everybody has something for Instagram because it's a representation of you as a person. So it's really the hub of social interaction where everybody has their profile, their resume, right? And all the exchanges are happening, right? So what we want to do is we want to get the word of mouth from Twitter, bring it over to Instagram, and make it look bigger than it is, right? You've probably seen a post like this before where, you see something along the lines of, oh, Twitter reacts to this artist or this person, and you see a bunch of tweets, right? So this is where we're going with this. That's an overview of the strategy. I like to call the strategy the Twitter to Instagram pipeline because they go really hand in hand. So now we're going to get to the nitty gritty and break down the step-by-step of what we are going to do. So the first thing you're going to need to do in order to get this strategy going is to actually have a storyline and have a narrative or have some kind of talking point in order for people to talk about. If you want to spread word of mouth and you're the engine behind it, you have to be the person to decide what people are going to be talking about. And a lot of people don't know, but as a consumer of social media, this is happening to you every day. Other people are deciding what you are going to be talking about. When you see these campaigns get posted on these blogs, they've been thought about, meditated on, tested, all these things, and then they get put out to you, and you see them as news, and you start talking about them, not understanding how planned out and thought out it really is. So I have another YouTube video where I talk about personal branding and visual identity branding and your character archetype, where you kind of determine what kind of artist you are in order to figure out your storyline and your narrative. And if you don't have your branding down packed, you definitely want to go over to that video. I'll try and link it somewhere around here so you guys can go check it out and get your brand right. Because in order to get your storyline right, in order to get your word of mouth and your talking points right, you have to be very clear about who you are and how you want to be looked at. That's a whole different story. We're not going to go down that pipeline right now. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. But number one, you need to have your brand right so people understand, so you understand how you want to make yourself look. Number two is now it's time to actually start brainstorming. It sounds difficult, but it can be so simple. I'll give you some examples right now. I've talked about this multiple times in my content, right? We have 4Bats, for example. When he came out, his talking point was he's the hood Brent Faiyaz. And it worked extreme wonders for him in his career. And what he did to double down on it was he came to the platform, 4 Shooters Only or from the block, and he came to the freestyle and he had a ski mask on, right? he looked like he was gonna rap some trap music, but he started singing with a high-pitched voice, and he had some members behind him. So he kind of subverted your expectations by doing that, and he had his talking point, the Hood Bear Fly-Ass. Right? For example, you have artists like DaBaby. When he came out, he got lucky and just so happened to have some real stuff going on in his life where some people tried to rob him in Walmart. He ended up killing one of them and he went viral and his music career took off. That's a bit of a negative example, but we could keep going for days, right? Every time Drake drops an album, he's beefing with somebody. He's beefing with Kendrick. Before it was Kanye, right? There's always a talking point. And it doesn't have to be that big. It doesn't have to be that serious. Another example I can give you guys is Ice Spice. If you guys remember when Ice Spice first came out, every little thing that she did became headlines on social media PR. Oh, Ice Spice tripped and fell. Oh, Ice Spice butt cheeks were out. Oh, Ice Spice did this. Oh, she made this look. And she gave this person this face. She put this outfit on. Everything was used as a talking point. Every single blog was eating them up. And if you guys think that they were all posting it for free, you're wrong. Some of them definitely did. But some of them were getting paid. Why? Because the labels weren't taking a chance. They knew that they had to get that out there, right? And then once they sparked the fire's going to continue to grow on its own for free, right? Because she's Ice Spice at this point. And when she came out too, side note, she had orange afro, right? Looked like a carrot top. She's the definition of a carrot top. So that's her talking point. Oh, look how she looks. Look at her hair. So the first thing you need to do is determine your talking point. I can't tell you what that's going to be now because there's so many options and I'm not looking at you. But go watch the other video I was telling you about. Figure out your brand, get your visual identity together, figure out your character archetype, and then come up with a talking point for your campaign. That's the hard part. Now it gets easier. Now what you're going to do is either you can reach out to a company. For example, we have some partners who do Twitter seeding where there's actual companies who you can pay who have a bunch of Twitter influencers who just tweet on Twitter and you can pay them to tweet about your song, right? And you can get them to talk about what you want them to talk about. You can be like, hey, focus on this part of the song, right? Or hey, we want to do this hashtag. And you can literally pay people to post about your song on Twitter. If you don't have a big budget, you have a smaller budget, then you might want to just reach out to some micro influencers on Twitter yourself and try and get a couple of tweets for $10 here, $20 there, and get people to tweet about exactly what you want them to talk about. So now you have that out the way. Now there's some tweets on Twitter talking about you, your music, and the message you're trying to put out. That's step one. You did the Twitter. You have all that together. So now the next part of it is bringing it over to Instagram. And this is where we're going to manufacture virality because you paid for the tweets. Right? You're probably thinking, okay, Max, I paid for the tweets. Are these tweets supposed to go viral? How many people are going to see these tweets? Not that much people, depending on who you have posting them and depending on the tweet. But we want to guarantee that people see them. So what are we going to do now? We're going to take those tweets, we're going to screenshot them from Twitter, we're going to bring them over to an Instagram blog campaign, right? So a lot of you guys have paid Instagram blogs before. Hey, I have a song dropping. Can you post my song? And then they post you and it's like, hey, this artist that no one's heard about has a new song out now. Is this trash or fire? And you probably don't even get that. You probably don't even get a comment of people even saying if the song is trash or not. You probably might get 0 engagement on a post like that. I've seen it happen countless amounts of times. That's what a lot of you are doing when it comes to Instagram blogs. So now what we're gonna do with the Instagram blogs, instead of do this shit the right way, we're gonna take those tweets from Twitter and we're gonna say, hey, Twitter reacts. Look what Twitter is saying about this person's music. Oh, why does that work? Okay, number one, social proof. You have other people interacting with your content. It doesn't look like you're trying to promote your own self. What it looks like is people seen your stuff already and they have a hot take about it and it's getting so popular that blogs are posting it because more than one person's talking about it, right? Social proof, right? Number two, it's a content style that people are used to engaging with, like carousels and seeing tweets about artists and rappers and singers. So it kind of has that familiarity where someone sees it, they might stop and actually pay attention versus when they see an artist they haven't heard about and their music video just starts randomly playing on their timeline. And third is because we can use this to manufacture virality. We can make it look like you're bigger than you are because we have other people interacting with you. All we have to do is throw the word viral in there, like Twitter reacts to this viral music video by artist XYZ from here, there, and the other place. And when people see it on Instagram, they're usually not going to question it to go look it up and see how much people tweeted about it and go do this and go do that. If they're interested, they're going to pay attention to the post. And if they like the song, they're going to stick around. So one of the ways you can go about doing something like this is you can partner with, marketing agencies or someone like, for example, this is something we do all the time. We do a lot of Instagram blog campaigns, a lot of Twitter studio and stuff like that. If you're on a budget, right, you're trying to do this affordably, what you can just simply do is you can find some of the smaller blogs, right? But make sure you check the engagement. Make sure you check the engagement, verify the engagement, go through the comments, make sure they're not a bunch of bots, right? Make sure the views aren't inflated, and just reach out and try to find some people who will post about you for between $50, $25, $60, $70, less than $100 per post. There's a lot of them out there, right? And you build a relationship with them. They'll even bring the price down to even $20 a post, some of them, right? And find a few of them that have your target audience. So really pay attention to the kind of people who follow them and make sure it's the right people, and work with 2 or 3 of them consistently. Every time you have something going on, make them post about you. Why do you want to use the same blogs over and over and over and over again? I'll tell you why. Because the same people follow the same blogs, right? And people who follow a blog often probably send those posts to their friends. And we're trying to get word of mouth here. So we want people to be familiar with you. We want to build familiarity with people. So if someone who follows this blog sees you get posted by this blog, now it's the 7th time they've seen you, they're like, who the fuck is this person? And they go check you out. And then their friends also probably follow the same blog, because when they see memes on this blog, they send them to each other, and then they end up following the same pages. And then now maybe 2 or 3 people who know each other in real life have all seen you separately, individually, or maybe they send your posts to each other. So now when they're at home chilling, talking about music or whatever it is they talk about, your name might come up. Oh, hey, you seen the Hood Brand Fayaz? Oh, you seen that Carrot Top Muffin Head girl, that song she dropped? Oh, you seen dude Tizo Touchdown with the spiky nails in his hair? Oh, so that's how you get word of mouth. Right? You want people who are in proximity to each other, who know each other, to see you, understand you, and then communicate about you. That's how you spread. And once you catch one person, if you're interesting enough and they start telling other people, that one person that you paid to get in front of now is going to be your little marketer for you, and they're going to go and spread your word to more people, right? And that's what we want. So it's a simple strategy. Recap. 1, get your brand together. Figure out who you are as an artist. 2, start telling stories about your life and using talking points every time you put out music in order to get people talking about you, the artist, every time you drop. Get people to tweet about it on Twitter, whether you have to pay or not. Screenshot those tweets. Get them posted by the blog on Instagram. Use the same blogs consistently. And then in 3 to 6 months, you're going to see a big difference in your career. And people are going to know you, and your fandom is going to increase. So walking away from this video, I want you to have a mindset shift when it comes to marketing your music. I want you to stop trying to promote your music and instead start trying to give people something to talk about. Repeat. Stop trying to promote your music and instead start trying to give people something to talk about. For a real life example, right? There's an artist I came across. I reached out to him because, he was streaming. Some of my partners were interested in doing a deal with him. So I reached out to him and we were talking a little bit, and I was like, hey bro, I noticed, you kind of caught traction not that long ago. I seen some spikes when I was checking out your data, and I was wondering what brought that spike to you. What brought the traffic to the point where you're now earning income from your music? He was young, he was 17, he was making over $1,000 US a month off his music. And he was like, bro, I went in my pool with my laptop and my headphones, and I went to the bottom of my pool and I had my friend record me on my phone, and I was recording music at the bottom of my pool, and I was playing my song in the background when I edited the video, and I posted it on TikTok and I went viral. That was free, by the way. And that's how he built a fan base. That one video changed everything for him. So if you have that mentality and you stop trying to promote your music and you start trying to what? start trying to what? Start trying to give people something to talk about, then things will start working for you. And imagine you had a video like that going viral on TikTok, then you had people talking about it on Twitter, then you brought those tweets over to Instagram along with the TikTok video, and you got that posted on the blogs. Congratulations, you just run a successful marketing campaign. 701 Max, back to make an impact on another beautiful day with lots of money on the way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys need anything, if you guys need some support with your marketing, tap in with me on Instagram, let me know. Please like and subscribe. I want you to drop a comment and let me know if you've tried any of these things before, how it worked for you. Let me know if you plan on trying it and what things you think might be struggling with so I can make another video to help you guys out. With that being said, like I said, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.
Robinson gets the first hit off fourth. It's a homer into the left field stand.